Hi there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to first briefly apologize. I know you're getting some aggressive emails, and I just want you to forgive me. We have had some people who book me and then don't show up often, and so I have to get kind of aggressive with the messaging. So thank you for forgiving me. Second, in the bottom right-hand corner is a button called 2x where you can make me talk a lot faster so you can get through the video ASAP, which I'm a big fan of. And then finally, I want to tell you about what the purpose of this video is and what it looks like to work with me. So we have a few goals. You're a senior, okay? And if you're getting this video, it means that time is of the essence, okay? Or you're going into your senior year. So the first thing is, what does it look like to work with me? That's the number thing we're going to talk about in this video. Number two is, I need to scare you away. I want to make you quit and not want to play college soccer, because if I can do that, mom and dad, and if mom and dad are not listening, please go get mom and dad right now. And if mom and dad are listening and athlete is not listening, please go get athlete. The reason is I would like you guys to both watch this video because I'm trying to scare you away. So that way we don't have to go through this process. And number three, if I cannot scare you away, I want to find out if we are the right fit. And the reason we do the free call is for you to get to know me. I want you to interview me, and I want to interview you. Now, I already like your video, which is why we're at this stage, and I think I can help you, but I won't know until we communicate. And so having said that, I want to show you what it looks like to work with us and kind of the steps we take. Is that okay? Thank you. Okay, so the first thing is this. I got to look at your video. I've already looked at your video. I like your video, but I'm going to have to fix it. So we'll go over it in detail with you, but like I'm going to either have to put a self-interview, or I'm going to change the order, or I'm going to need more video, whatever it is, I'm going to have to fix some part of your video. This also includes Instagram and social media videos too. Now we have this very cool email system that kind of changes the game, especially as a senior. So as a senior, time is of the essence. So you got to email a lot of schools. You might have to re-email certain schools. You might have a list that you've already created and you're already further along in the process. So you want to keep everything organized. So this system, I can press select all, click write emails. Let's say you want to email every D1 school. You could just select Division 1, go hashtag genuine, hashtag school name, and then very quickly I press preview. It automatically puts the coach's name. It automatically says something genuine. And then this email with the correct name and the correct genuine goes to every single school. So this coach would get an email that says, "Dear Coach Andrews," a specific genuine aspect, and so on and so forth. So that's what makes my system phenomenal. And I spent my life savings. I'm the only one that has this system. Then every time you send an email, you don't get a response, the system will remind you, hey, this coach did not respond to you. We need to follow up with them, because that is inevitable. And then every time you receive an email, the system will automatically organize it into, was it a genuine email? Was it a mass email? Was it generic? Do we need to follow up with them? And then every time you get invited to a camp within the email, the system will read the email along with some of your prompting, and it will make a note of when the camp was and if it was genuine or generic, so we can keep track of everything super well. Then you're going to get this little robot. This robot is ChatGPT, but for college soccer only. So it's my voice. It's recorded every video I've ever done. It's taken every email I've ever sent, every email my students has ever sent, and then became ChatGPT, but only for college soccer. And for those of you that, if you are in the AI world, you'll see that there's all these extensions to ChatGPT. This is an extension basically, but it's only CollegeSoccerGuy. And you guys are the only ones that have access to it. And the reason is you guys might want to say, hey, when is the camp for UCSB? And it kind of knows the answer. Or let's say you wanted to say, is this email genuine or generic? It will give you an instant response, because while my team and I are here to help you, we respond within 24 to 48 hours. But what if you want a response like right away? The system is 98% accurate. It's very good. We've had students, majority, getting recruited almost using the system. Now, it's a robot, so I can't do everything. There's nuances to your situation, which is why there's us. So that is to say, for us, we need to help you pick the ID camps. The robot can't really do that. It can tell you when they are, but doesn't know you. We need to get to know you, although it does get to know you better and better as you ask it questions. Anyways, we need to pick out camps for you. So that is my job, is to help you pick out which camps to pick. Then we have to do an audit, right? At this point, you're a senior. You've done some part of this process, or you've certainly thought about it. You've obviously made a video. So I need to go do whatever you've already done. I need to read about it. Then your club situation. Club and college soccer are synonymous. They're one and the same. Maybe you have to switch teams. Maybe your coach is really helpful. Maybe your coach is not very helpful. Maybe they haven't told you anything. Most of the time, you cannot depend on your club team. And I went through this recruiting process as a trying to help club teams. Even now, I've called club teams and gone, hey, I'll be your advisor for free, in an effort to maybe, talk to your students. And they go, nope, we don't want you. And part of the problem is the college advisors at your clubs have to help so many kids. They can't do what I do, which is unlimited service. And the other problem is they like more kids, some more than others, because there's politics. And then the other issue is the coaches don't have the freaking time. They also have a second job. They also are coaching 5 teams. This is my only job. I only do this all the time. I'm making this video the day after Christmas because it's important, and that's how much I care about you guys. And then just for fun, actually, I'll just show you because it's kind of a kick. So this is my schedule. Okay, so Christmas I took off. This is the day after Christmas. This is Friday. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 calls about, how to help people play college soccer. So having said that, where we are is I need to do an audit and I need to help you with the club team. Then I need to make a list for you. So one of the things you're going to get is a Google Drive. And this is kind of what your Google Drive will look like. It will have videos that we're going to make for you. It's going to have a list of schools for you based off your major. They want to study math. Then you'll get a D1 list based on our conversation. And then you will also get a document that discusses everything we do. So this student just joined us the other day. He had his first meeting. The meeting was recorded. We talked about what the things they need to do to get ready and the steps that they need to take throughout this process so we can help you create your camps and your lists and everything else. And then eventually when it gets a little bit further down the line, it's a little bit more, right, you've worked with us for a little while, your document will turn into something like this, where it's got all these meeting dates. You click on it, you will have the meeting that we had because we record every one, and then what you need to do. So he needed to, I become your dating coach. I tell you what to do, how to say it, when to say it, etc. Call this school, call Colgate. These are the schools that came to his game. We had to follow up with them. Dartmouth, Princeton messaged him. Lafayette was messaging him. Michigan was messaging him. This is the courses he was taking. So we had to talk about it with the schools. So we get pretty hands-on because we need to know what is going on in your situation. Okay, then we already talked about the video, but we have to narrow down the list of schools. I'm going to give you a list. You already have a list as a senior, I'm sure. So I want to prioritize your list, but I might give you another list. We need to talk about it. You have to find out, who do you like? At the end of the day, this is about finding a school you love. And then one of the things that we must both agree on is that academics come first. Hopefully you're nodding your head. Academics come first. I would ask you, do academics come first? Athlete, mom and dad, and you guys say yes. I go, great. Then maybe we're still the right fit to work together. But the problem is, unless I made you quit today, you want to play college soccer. And playing college soccer is a privilege. You don't just get to play college soccer, especially now with the new rules. It's going to be more competitive. There's less spots. With all that being said, it's about finding the coach you love. And the reason I feel very strongly about this, I was playing JV soccer as a junior in high school. I went on to get a full ride and become an All-American and then play pro. And my college coach was amazing. My father had a heart attack in college. I was able to lean on him. I met my future wife in college. Like, it changed my life forever. And I do what I do now because of my college experience. My brother, on the other hand, had a horrible coach who he didn't play a single minute for all 4 years. Then his coach was fired for being drunk on campus. A player that he recruited brought a gun on campus and pulled it on my brother and his teammates because he was not well. And the coach, didn't create an environment that was safe. And my brother had to go through trauma and therapy, and it was a whole horrible experience for our family. So the last thing I want for you is to have that. I want you to have the experience I had. So the whole reason we do this process is because we need to find a coach. Now, you're a senior, so we have, we're in a rush a little bit. We have to get this going right away. Now, what does it look like to work with me price-wise? So these are other companies. At this point, I'm sure you've heard of NCSA. You maybe even bought NCSA. And if you have bought NCSA, let me know on our call. And put it in at this point, you already filled out the form. So just let me know on our call. Then the biggest difference between us is they have a platform. Now, here's the deal with NCSA. If you want to go to a USCAA school, which is a small Christian school, you don't need me, and you can go use NCSA. And even then, I still wouldn't trust them. But you could use NCSA for that. But I just got off a call recently with another family. They literally went to the college coaches, and the college coaches told them, I do not like hearing from NCSA. Do not use NCSA. Even if you don't use me, don't use them, and don't use any of these other ones to send messages. You must send it from your own email account. Otherwise, every time you will have to wonder, would they have read the email? That's just the deal. So we need to edit all your videos. They will edit 2 videos if you're lucky, and they will not be good because they're not soccer specific. You need the email system, which is from your own Gmail. I'm the only one who has it because it costs a lot of money to make it. But also, I'm not here to take the credit. Like NCSA, they keep you john@ncsa.org, so you stay in their system. Look, I want you to get recruited, and I need you to get recruited. And I know this is a better method, even if it's hurts my business per se. Then I want to be able to talk to you every single week. And it is mandatory that in the first month with us, you meet with us every single week. And it's probably mandatory the following weeks, but we have to do the first week for sure. Then in 3 months from now, if you're not being genuinely recruited by a school you actually want to go to, I will refund you. These programs, once you're with them, you're in a contract, you're stuck, you can't get out. If you're in one, you already know what I'm saying. And there's nothing I can do about it. You're stuck. So in my role, we want to make sure you get recruited. Then this is what it looks like to work on a day-to-day. First of all, you're going to get a coach plus me. So your Zoom meetings will not be with me. Your meetings will be with your coach, who I will assign you, of course. And they've done this process before, and I've trained them, and they're very good at what they do. The reason you don't get to see me on Zoom, I'll be messaging you all the time, is because I have to go find out what coaches need your position. I have to go find out camps for you. I have to read all your emails that you've already done, if you've done some. I have to look up your club team, see where they rank. I have to go also go to the NCAA and learn about all these new rules, because there's going to be a lot of new rules if you haven't heard already. The junior college situation, this may be something we have to talk about, because you might have to take a gap year or go to junior college because it doesn't count against your eligibility, which is another rule we'll deal with later. Then we also have that they cut the rosters for all Division I schools, so that's another dilemma we have to talk about. So my point is to say, I am working for you, but I'm working for you over here. Your coach is who you're going to talk to on a daily basis. Now, you're going to be able to message me all the time, 24/7, and we're going to create a channel for mom and dad, separate from athlete, son or daughter, and we'll have another channel with all of us together so we can all communicate as needed. I will edit all your videos from now on. We will do game video review, and you'll get the Google Drive like you saw and the email system. And if in 3 months from now you're not being genuinely recruited, I refund you. And 98% of our students with above a 3.6 GPA have received a minimum of 60K, upwards of 250. And the reason it's 98% is some students quit and they don't work with us any longer, which, that's part of my job, to help you quit. Like we talked about, I was supposed to ask you earlier on to your athlete, did I scare you away? So you want to quit? If you're nodding your head no, then we're still in this. Sorry, mom and dad, that would have made our life a lot easier. Which is then to say, some of our students get into top level academic schools like a Michigan, and I've expressed to them that they're not the level for that school. And as a senior, depending on where you are in the process, we have to find out what's realistic, which is to say, I will always prioritize academics. So if a student gets into Harvard, I will tell them, go to Harvard, even if they could play soccer at a D3 school or a D2 school or even a D1 school. If you get into a top academic, go. We will try and reach out to them. We'll try and have you walk on. We'll try and get their attention still. But it's important that academics always come first. And the final piece, just to make it crystal clear in terms of pricing. So the way it works with us is it's $4,997, and we're with you until you get recruited. Now, let's say we talk about a gap year. So technically on paper, we're a per year service. So it's $4,997 per year. Depending on when you begin with us, we will be with you through the entire recruiting process. But let's say you want to transfer or take a gap year or something else occurs, something we have to have a discussion about. It won't necessarily be this price for another year. We just have to make a custom plan for you, and I won't know the answer to that until that time comes. But as a senior, this is what it costs to work with us for us to help you get recruited. And as I explained, these are scholarships. This is a family who texted us about their $100,000, which is super, super exciting. And obviously, I'm particularly proud of this moment. And it is to say, the goal is for you to get a scholarship, not only because it will help with school, but also it tells us how much the coach loves you. If they get you in, you're going to play minutes. If they give you money, they really like you and you're going to play minutes, which at the end of the day, we want you to play minutes. So then at the end, I would send you this email and I would ask you this. I mentioned at the beginning of the call that our goal was to make sure that you know what it's like to work with me. Hopefully I've done that. I've scared you away, which hopefully I've done that also, and finding out if the right fit. So then I would say to you at the end of our call, I would say, why do you think you're the right fit to work with me? And I would hope for an answer about, why you think maybe I'm good, but more importantly, why can I trust you? Because I don't work with that many students. So I need to know, why do you think you're the right fit to work with me? And college coaches will also ask you that question, so we have to practice it. And then finally is, I want you to think about this with your family as you watch this video. But at the end of our call, I'm going to need to know if we're going to work together. So in saying that, the reason is I don't work with that many students. Seniors, I'm making an exception for. I almost don't work with seniors because of how late it can be. And if you're watching this video, it means I liked your highlight video and I want to talk to you and I want to learn more about you. But your situation is complicated. And then also, we are on a time crunch. So I need to know soon, because if I'm going to give you my guarantee, I need to start with you ASAP. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any other questions, let me know. You can email me prior to our call if you so choose to. But otherwise, I will look forward to talking to you on our call. Thanks so much.